Hey everybody, Hunter, Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and Country Cook Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila behind the camera. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
And I'll tell you, she does a wonderful job at that. Today, I've been waiting for this recipe because I want to make salmon dip. Because I found some neat little ingredients and some different recipes that we're going to put together that are a little a little different, I should say, than other recipes. First of all, I'm starting with my own smoked salmon from out in the smoker, and we're going to put that recipe over here on the side at the very end so you can make your own smoked salmon. It's fabulous. But right here I'm going to have you come up close, and before I do that, let me back up just a little bit. Let me tell you that this salmon, for a chunk like this, runs like $5 or $6 at the store for one piece. And this is hot smoked salmon. There's a difference between hot smoke and cold smoke. If you get smoked salmon at the store, sometimes it's real soft. It almost looks like it's raw, but it's smoked salmon. I don't like that texture for my salmon dip, but I like this firm stuff that we're going to chop up. And you don't have to chop it up much because it just falls apart. And we're going to make it in this salmon dip. If you'll come over a little closer with the camera, Sheila, I'll show them what we're going to do. First, we're going to start out with 2 8-ounce packages of Philadelphia cream cheese. And to make our little dip a little smoother, we're going to put in about a half a cup of sour cream in there. I got to tell you, this is already smooth because Sheila put this in the microwave for what? 30 seconds at a time until it was really, really soft. Then we put the sour cream in there. So let's get this going. Look at that. So easy to blend that. And I like the salmon dip nice and smooth so you can put it up on an easy cracker like a Ritz cracker or something. But we got some Triscuit, I think, today to go in here. Now we're just going to get that going like that. And we're going to add in here some of these neat ingredients. First of all, about a tablespoon of pepper. We don't need any salt in this recipe, and I'll tell you why. Because the salmon has brine in it, which includes salt, so you don't need that. Then we're also going to add some chives in here, about a tablespoon of chives. This is going to be so good. About, 2/3 of a tablespoon of dill in here. And get this blended in. All right, then I need to get my red onion. Be right back. I left it in the kitchen. Man, I went and got a whole bunch more goodies. About 1/8 of a cup of those red onions I was talking about. A little bit of lemon zest. When you zest the lemon, make sure you don't shave it down into the white part of the lemon. Just take a little bit off the outside, just about a half a teaspoon, plus some real lemon juice. I'm cheating. I should squeeze it in there, but I'm just going to give it a little squirt of that. About, between a teaspoon and a tablespoon of garlic powder. I say that because it's your choice how much you want in there. And now here is what I've been waiting for in this recipe. Because there's so many recipes out there that they make salmon dip and they give you the option to do all kinds of stuff. You can put capers in there. You can use Worcestershire sauce like this. And if you do use Worcestershire, I don't care how I say it, it's probably wrong. You only want to put just a couple, 3 little drops in there because this stuff will get away on you. But the other options are Tabasco sauce or jalapeno peppers. But I'll tell you something, that when I go to the sushi bar and I get salmon, the guy smears underneath between the salmon and the rice, wasabi. You put this in your salmon dip and it'll change the world. We're going to squeeze it right in there. And it depends upon how spicy you want it, but that's a little over a teaspoon. Again, between a teaspoon and a tablespoon of wasabi. Comes in a little tube. It's that Japanese horseradish you get at the sushi bar, but you can also buy it by the tube down at Kroger's. I can't wait to make this. That is the secret ingredient I've been holding out on. And look what we got. It almost looks like you could eat it already the way it is with all these delicious goodies in here. But this thing is screaming for about 1.5 to 2 cups of chopped up salmon. So let's get to that part. When you get this stuff out of the smoker, Once in a while you'll notice it's got some little white film on it and stuff. Don't worry about that. That's protein that comes out of the fish when you cook it. I'm going to peel the skin off of the back of this, and I'm going to keep it because I like it. Now you can actually chop this up and put it in your dip, but for guests that are not yourself like me, don't do that. Just go ahead and pull the skin off the back of the salmon. And this is, like I said, this is just out of the smoker, so it's just now cooling off. And I'm going to kind of get a few of these peeled back and then see how many it takes to get about a cup and a half. See how that just falls apart? Look at that. Man, it's just so tender. It is just absolutely perfect. I wish you could taste this because this is so good. And it's on the sweeter side because I use a brine that has about 4 cups of brown sugar, which happens to be exactly 1 full bag of brown sugar. I think it's 32 ounces. But the recipe is coming up at the end to make your own salmon just like this. Now this is not that raw looking stuff that you get in the case up there, smoked salmon. You go, geez, that almost looks like that came out of a can, kind of firm looking stuff, you know. And that's because it's great. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put 2 cups in there because I want salmon in my salmon dip. And when we fold it in, I may put in more. I do a lot of these recipes on the fly and I change stuff and I do updates, and because I like it to turn out for you guys the way you want it to turn out as well. And this is not real packed down in there tight. This is just kind of loose. That's about, I'm going to go ahead and use up the rest of this piece here. So see, that only took about 3 pieces. And a lot of people make these recipes. They start out with 1 piece of salmon, 1 thing of this, 1 that, and they only got a little bit of dip. But I'm going to make a bunch. I might even see how if you can freeze it or not. Okay. We've got our salmon. Here, Sheila, I'll hand that to you behind the camera if you want to set that somewhere. And it's time to fold this in here, and we'll see what we will see. The texture of how much salmon is in it. Because I don't want to just sit there and eat nothing but sour cream and cream cheese. I want some salmon in there. In fact, I'm going to put some more in. I need that back, honey. I'm going to add another, I don't know, maybe another cup or so. We'll see as we go here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But let me get this chopped up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I chopped up 2 more pieces, and you notice how my salmon just falls right apart, almost like tuna out of the can or something, because I don't cook it to death. I don't like, you know, smoking it for 6, 7, 8 hours. You don't need to do that. You'll see my recipe at the end. It's a total of about 4 hours, and 2 of them are only at 120 degrees, 2 of those hours. So this is about another cup, maybe another cup and a half. So we're talking about 3 cups of salmon. That looks more like salmon dip to me. Look at that. And I'll bet you I can talk Sheila into going in there to the kitchen and getting a, you know what? I might even cut up this last piece and put it in there. Tell you what. We're going to have salmon dip running out of our ears. We're going to have to give it to the neighbors, you know. And you know what? I didn't pull the skin off the bottom of this, but that's too bad. Nobody will ever know because it's going right in the salmon dip. There's a box of Triscuit. Sheila, if you want to go in there while I'm mixing this up and grab that little box of Triscuit crackers. There's even some Ritz in the top cupboard there. Wow. I accidentally got some of that on my fingers. It's so delicious. Let me get this mixed up here. You know, I actually went to the store and bought Triscuit so they'd be solid in case this dip was thick, but it's not. You can use Ritz crackers, and I've got quite a bit of salmon in mine. I mean, I loaded it up. You could even probably put more. Sheila, would you like to try a taste of that? That stuff is so good. Straight up, I can't imagine on this cracker here. Excuse me, folks. We'll be with you in a second. Isn't that fabulous? There's the secret ingredient right there. Yes, the red onions and the basil and the dill and all the stuff that's in there. It is over the top planet fabulous. You've got to try this dip. Chill it down, put it in the refrigerator till it's nice and cold. But look at that, plenty of salmon in there, but it's smooth at the same time. In fact, when I smear it like this, you can really see how much salmon there actually is in it. It's so delicious. I hope you subscribe to our channel. The little shotgun red will pop up over here in a second. All you do is click on that to subscribe. And over here, I'm going to put that recipe of this smoked salmon so you can make it too. Sheila, did you like that?
I love it.
Isn't it just absolutely terrific? I can't wait to turn the camera off because I hate to smack back on the camera.
Really
But
good on Ritz crackers.
oh, isn't it fantastic? Wow, fabulous. Anyway, we'll see you next time right here. And is it the absolute best salmon dip anywhere? With this little secret wasabi, no jalapeno peppers, no, Tabasco sauce. Use the same stuff they use at the sushi bar under their salmon. It's wildly good. See you next time. This is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee saying bye-bye for now.